In this video, I'm going to be designing a cool shop for my D&D game. So I've been working super hard on my first Kickstarter zine called Dragontown. It's a fun, low-level adventure about a missing dragon mayor, a bunch of magical apples, and it's set in a town filled with quirky people. If you're interested in learning more about Dragontown, I've created a playlist filled with videos that talk all about it and also offer a bunch of hopefully helpful advice for creating stuff for your own D&D games. And even though the Kickstarter campaign has wrapped up, you can now pre-order the zine on my shop. Both the playlist link and the link to the pre-order are down in the description. I also want to say that the support for the zine and the Kickstarter and all the wonderful comments on these YouTube videos has been super encouraging. I've been so excited to work on the zine and make these videos, and I'm just very thankful, and I appreciate you very much. So anyway, I'm sitting here working away on the Dragontown zine, and I get to the part where I actually have to design Dragontown's general store, and I realize that there are a few things that can elevate a generic general store into a destination that the players are excited to visit and spend their money at. So right now I'm doing an illustration for the zine of the shop owner, and I guess that is the first point. You know, a cool shop needs to have a cool NPC owner for the players to interact with. So this is Quinn, the owner of Quinn's Sundries Market. She has one eye and four arms, so she's always got her eye on you. No thieves allowed in the shop, and she's also really good at keeping all of her shelves stocked with useful and important items. She takes her job very seriously, so she's a good salesperson, but more importantly, she supports all of the local craftspeople by carrying their goods, and she supports the entire town by always having the stuff that the townsfolk need. Now, I've already done a video about how to make an interesting NPC. There's a card popping up, so definitely check that out for some more tips. But I think a shop owner is sort of a unique thing because they have a built-in interaction with the players. So really there's no guessing to what this shop owner NPC wants. You know, she's got a bunch of stuff that she wants to sell to the players, and she wants to sell as much of it as she possibly can. And at Quinn's Sundries Market, I think that's what I'm going to call this place, it's absolutely filled with stuff. So there's candles and barrels, hammers and mirrors, rope and soap, and bedrolls. She's got stuff from all of the local craftspeople. Basically everything that a small town would need to survive and thrive. And really, when you think about a general store, 95% of the stuff that's in there is not going to be interesting to a group of adventurers. But we got to make this store believable. So really this is a place where the townsfolk come to buy refills for their oil lamps and, you know, maybe every once in a while splurge on a new water skin or something. So if 95% of the stuff in this shop is not interesting, how do you make the other 5% something that a group of adventurers will get excited about? And I think there's a few ways to do that. First things first is you gotta have some stock of super useful stuff. So the same reason that the townsfolk come in to get the things that they need, you know, before heading out into the wilderness, adventurers are going to come walking into this store for the stuff that they need. So talking health potions, some antitoxin, maybe even some useful low-level items like sending stones. Are they called speaking stones? Sending stones? Speaking stones? I don't know. You know what I mean. magic walkie-talkies. If the players ask around for where they can get some healing potions, this is the place they're gonna get pointed to. The second thing I think is to make items that are unique to this particular area. So in this case, Dragon Town has this world famous dragon mare, so maybe Quinn has some tourist trap type stuff. You know, there's some little carved wooden figurines of the dragon, stuff like that. But I guess it also needs to have stuff that is important to the people that live in Dragontown. So for example, Dragontown is surrounded by these apple farms, and all of the farmers ride around on these giant stag beetles that they control with this magic beetle whistle. So if the players want to get themselves mounted up on these giant stag beetles, they're going to need to go to Quinn to get the magic stag beetle whistle first. Did that make sense? I don't know. So the third thing is where I think you can really start to have fun with what kind of items are in this shop. So I imagine that as much as she enjoys selling shovels to farmers, when a group of adventurers walks into her shop, Quinn is going to try and sell them whatever cool magical items or interesting fun things that she's acquired over the years. So the first thing she's going to throw down on the counter in front of them is a frying pan that doesn't require fire, and she's going to say, it almost burned the shop down one time, so I'll give you a good bargain on it. She's got this cool magic bottle that she calls an expectorating bottle, so you can fill it up with any sort of liquid you want, and the next time you uncork it, whatever's inside goes shooting out 25 feet. And she'll also bring out this cool hat that she got from a dwarven sorcerer a few years ago. You put the hat on and you instantly grow a big bushy beard, and she'll sell it to you for only 30 gold pieces. So really the idea is that the players are coming to this place to buy stuff. So you just got to make sure that the items for sale in the shop are things that would actually be there, whether it's a general store or a blacksmith or a tailor or a bakery or whatever. And the items should also reflect the specific area that the store is in. And then it's a good idea to have some super useful items for the players, and then some things that are surprising to them as well. So now you got an interesting NPC and you've got a store filled with interesting stuff to buy. But there's one more thing that I think can add to the player's shopping experience, and that is a good quest. So when the players approach Quinn's Sundry Market, they're gonna see all these signs up in the windows and just everywhere that say no apples for sale, out of stock. And this is immediately strange because Dragontown is all about these magical apples, and if you can't buy them at the general store, where the heck else are you gonna buy them? So if the players ask Quinn what's up with all the out of stock, no apples allowed signs, she'll explain that every night these slimes come out from the ruined castle up on the hill, and they come into the town looking for any apples that they can eat up. And of course she had barrels upon barrels of apples for sale, but then these slimes started showing up, gunking up everything in her shop. So obviously she hates to let her farmer friends down, but she can't jeopardize all of the merchandise in her shop by carrying apples, at least not until the slimes have been dealt with. And simple as that, there's a new quest for the players to go on. It's a win-win in Quinn's book. She can start selling apples again, and the players will get hooked up with a few free healing potions. So yeah, if that all sounds cool to you, definitely check out the Dragontown zine. It's coming along, and I'm super, super proud of all the work that's gone into it so far. I think Quinn is a fun NPC, and her shop is going to be a cool place for players to visit. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing. It super, super helps me out. Plus, I got a lot of fun videos planned that you're not going to want to miss. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!